Good morning, Chris. My name is Dave Minaschek. I wanted to start off by introducing myself and also to thank you for taking the time to let me interview for this opportunity. It seems like a great role. I'm really excited about it. I think it would. I think I would be a good fit for it, uh, and I can't wait to go through the process a little further. So we'll skip to the questions. Question number one: give me an example of a time you advocated for something you felt strongly about or believed in. So, very recently, I was involved in a property investigation for my Army Reserve unit where I was assigned as the investigating officer for some missing property. It was it was a challenging investigation. My investigation yielded that two very senior leaders in the brigade were negligent and did not put the controls in place or try to recover the property that was lost. I forwarded my recommendations to the commander, and I recommended that both officers be held liable to the max that the regulation allowed. You probably wonder why that is. Well, soldiers get charged every day for losing property, and it was very important to me to ensure that there was no difference between the way these leaders were treated and other soldiers in the brigade. I think it was very important to me, and it says a lot about an organization. So that's sort of the why behind it. Question number two: when was there a time I had to adjust my style and approach? So this is a really interesting question, and takes me back down memory lane a little bit. Several years ago, I served as an exercise planner for U.S. Army USERA Europe as an exercise plan specialist, where I was responsible for planning multinational exercises across Europe. And so that put me in contact with over 20 different nations in the execution of those duties. It was a really good opportunity, very interesting. Got to see a lot of different things and do a lot of different things. And so I bring that position up to articulate that within those 20 different nations, there were a lot of style and approaches that were significantly different. I'll give you an example. The Germans and the Polish representatives, very high appreciation for time, very in order, and very straight, direct, and to the point. Not a lot of fluff, not a lot of relationship building in the conversation before business. If you transition to a conversation with an Italian representative, possibly a French representative, there's significantly more conversation. It's a little lighter. Timelines are not necessarily as important, and order is not necessarily as important either. Very different styles, very countries that are very close to each other, but in a lot of ways very different. So style is important, and adjustment happened in a relatively quick time, for sure. So question number three: what, in your opinion, is unique to business relationships in the South? This is a really interesting question. I have very limited background in the southern U.S., but I have lived in Oklahoma for over 10 years. And while it's not considered the traditional South, I think many parallels exist. First, I believe the South puts a greater emphasis on the value of personal relationships and the building of those relationships. Additionally, business in the South value the relationship as much as other geographic areas put emphasis on other focus areas. I say that to say that bottom line is people have to value you and trust you before they can become your client in the South. And I think that's really the huge takeaway there, among other things. Question number four: what are your strong points? Definitely work ethic at the top of the list. Enjoy the intrinsic feeling of hard work and accomplishment of whatever I'm working on. Time management, another solid strong point. Desire to learn. So I want to come to work and learn every day from everyone, and that desire to learn, the curiosity, seems to take me and keep me going in a fashion that not much else does, and I'm captivated by it. So last two things: persistence and determination. Very persistent, very determined. I don't take no for an answer, and I think it served me well in the past. Last question number 5. What would make you happy in a job? I think, to sum it all up, to be part of a team of people that wanted to work together very hard to achieve something, and to learn throughout that process. Again, I take you back to the learning. The learning is a central tenet of what I want to do. It refreshes me, and it makes me feel like I progress a lot. So again, part of a team, people that want to work hard to achieve the goal, and then learning throughout the process. So Chris, thanks again for the opportunity to interview for this, and again, great company, great opportunity. Look forward to diving into the process just a little deeper. Thanks again.